Ever since I started getting back into fitness, I've always liked kettlebells, but I never really used them a whole lot outside of just doing kettlebell swings and things like that, but not a whole lot of specific kettlebell movements. I never really incorporated that much into my training, and even when I stopped going to the gym, I did get the Bosu Hydro Balls, and they were kind of like kettlebell substitutes. They were water-weighted gear. I was interested at the time in weighted gear that was alternative to iron, and I had a lot of fun with that. But even when I had those, I wasn't using them for kettlebell specific exercises other than like swings and stuff. But Kensui came out with their Easy Bell, and of course, I had to bite on it because if you saw my previous video, I went ahead and let go of the Bosu Hydro Balls, but like I had the weights for the weight vest, it just made me go on to the Adjust-A-Bells and the Adjust-A-Clubs and the Adjust-A-Mace. And then I saw the Easy Bell, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bite on that, and then kind of mix things up in my training a little bit, try to get better at kettlebell movements. I'm not, an expert with kettlebells by any means or whatever, but I was looking at that, and I was like, well, they work with the Olympic plates. I have the Olympic plates. I have the Adjust-A-Bells. Why not? So I went ahead and got those. I got a pair of them just to mess around with to start. They're not very expensive at all. And I've been having a lot of fun trying these various kettlebell workouts that you can find online and mixing things up. And I see the appeal to it. I think swings are probably... I saw a video where a guy said that's really the only thing that you should ever do with kettlebells because it's the best exercise for them. And I kind of understand where he's coming from, but I also understand the appeal and why people have so much fun training with kettlebells because I've started incorporating them. I'm not like switching over or anything, but every now and then you just want to try new stuff, and I'm always curious about that. So that's what I've been doing. And, I've looked at getting adjustable kettlebells in the past, but most of the ones that I've seen, they were either really expensive if they used Olympic plates, or they were meant for standard plates, or they had proprietary plates that came with them and things like that. So I wasn't too much interested in it because the way that most plates are loaded onto like adjustable kettlebells is like on a pin, just like you would use for like a cable pulley or whatever. And so you either have a lot of gap between where the plates sit at the bottom and the pin to the handle, or you can slide some of them, you can slide it up right underneath the handle, then you have a lot of pin sticking out of the bottom. But Kensui's kind of innovative as usual, and they came up with a better solution with this because the plates are loaded on the sides like that. And I think it turned out really great. I've had a lot of fun with these. I find them very comfortable to use. I think they can hold up probably somewhere, I think they said 70 pounds or maybe even 100. I don't know. The most I've ever loaded on this was 50 pounds, 225s on either side. I've never bothered to go much higher than that because I don't know what I would need with a 60-pound kettlebell when I'm just starting out with kettlebells. But I do use the 50 pounds if I'm doing, like, I use them for carries. I've used them, for swings and stuff. So I'll load them up for that kind of thing. But other than swing, carries, you could do that with dumbbells or anything else. But I just find it very comfortable, and I like the way that they load the plates on the sides of it rather than from the bottom where the plates lay flat. So that's really good. If I had to give one negative, and I don't really have a negative, but because it's side loaded, there's really not the same problem of like I said, the extra pin on one side or the other, or that it gets too cumbersome or wide. But if I did have a negative, if they gave the option for the handle to be faced that way, that would offset the design, because the way that it's designed, I don't think there's a way to do that. But if you look at the J-Flex kettle grip for dumbbells, you can change the orientation of the handle. And so that's pretty cool. But there's probably no way to do this without making it a lot more expensive, because the piece on the inside, you know, is you can see it's one piece there. So that's the only way that it could do it. And if they had more stuff up here, it would probably get in the way of weight plates or anything else. So it's as good of a design as you could get if you wanted a side loading instead of like from the bottom. And I've never really had a problem holding it like this with the weight plates being too far out. So it's not that big of a deal. As I said, it's not really a negative, but just be aware of that the handle is static, but it's really easy to load. It's easy to get in and out. I like these this add-on. You don't have to use these. You can just bolt the weight plates down and you can forgo these. But I like to use them. And like I said, they still, if you see from the B-roll, they still work with 25-pound plates. Now you can imagine 35 and 45-pound plates, a little bit more coming off of this, but you know, it works really well. So if you're not into kettlebell training, but you have a Kensui weighted vest, or you have a bunch of Olympic plates, and you want an affordable adjustable kettlebell that's, I mean, it's saying, you know, it's made out of the same hard nylon, plastic, whatever material of all Kensui stuff. So it's rock solid. And if you want something like that can incorporate into equipment that you already have without having to buy, you know, a whole range of dumbbells, which can get really pricey, but it already works with the weights that you have, and you can adjust the levels as you go and get better with the kettlebells. This is probably me looking around at all the various types of adjustable kettlebells. This is the only one that I would have ever considered buying, right? I mean, because probably if you're into kettlebell training, nothing just beats a regular kettlebell, and I guess those vary in quality as well, the iron kettlebells. But if you're wanting an adjustable kettlebell to get into kettlebell training, but you know it's not going to be your main bread and butter, you want to have that option there, get this one. It works with the Olympic plate. Now, it does not work with standard plates. Now, the adjustables from Kensui will work with the standard plates or the Olympic plates. This only works with Olympic plates. I have no idea if they're going to come out with another one of these models that works with standard plates. Maybe. I don't know. You'd have to talk to the company. But these, just heads up, they only work with Olympic plates. But if you got a lot of Olympic plates, go for it. It's a lot of fun. It's going to last a long time. I don't see this thing buckling under you know, heavy use. So it's rock solid, worth getting. So those are my thoughts on the Kensui Easy Bell. Go check it out. Link is in the description below. And I appreciate you watching this video. If you liked the video, click the like button. If you didn't like the video, click the dislike button. Don't really care either way. If you want to support what we're doing at Theology Geek Fitness, you can do that by becoming a patron at patreon.com/theologygeekfitness. $1 gets you in the door for all sorts of workout videos and stuff like that. And I'll probably be adding some kettlebell workouts as soon as I get a little bit more proficient in it. You know, like I said, I'm not an expert, but a lot of stuff featuring the kinds of equipment that I feature on the channel. And $10 and above patrons also get in on my gear giveaways, where when I review products, if I'm not going to use it, whether I like it or not, I give the option to the patrons to go grab them. We've done 2 and so far, and probably going to be doing probably once every quarter going forward. So consider that, and I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.